Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Sig Sauer P365 NRA edition. This channel is proud to be supported by the Firearms Policy Coalition. Make sure you check that link in the description box, become a member, and donate when you can, because our Second Amendment rights are under attack like never before, and we need them on our side fighting for us. Also, by Spartan Arms in North Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're ever in Spartan Arms, make sure you let them know the Daily Shooter sent you. Okay, so the Sig Sauer P365 NRA edition. Let me go ahead and first address what I think is the elephant in the room, and that's why would I buy anything that is NRA edition when the NRA really hasn't been friends to the Second Amendment lately? And to be honest with you, the answer is very, very simple. I got it because of the color. If you want to get a 365, they're going to be in black, unless you get the NRA edition, which is in the tan and coyote. Now, the reason I wanted to get this color was because I thought it made a really nice pairing with its bigger brother, the Sig Sauer M17. Now, I know the camera kind of skews colors a little bit, but these are the exact same color. We have the tan frame, polymer frame, 9mm M17 with the PVD coyote finish, and then this also is exactly the same. We have the tan frame, polymer 9mm with the PVD coyote finish. And so I thought, again, they made kind of a nice pair, and I wanted that color, and it's only available in the NRA edition, so I went ahead and picked that up. Now, as far as the pistol is concerned, they're pretty much identical with the standard 365. There's just a couple differences. One difference is that the serial number actually contains NRA. It actually says NRA as part of the serial number. Another difference is that when you pick this thing up, and you get you know, a pretty nice case. Sig's new cases are pretty nice here. You can see this is just a little baby case versus the M17, which is this big one that doesn't even fit on camera here. But you get this nice little case right here. We open this thing up, and you do get an additional magazine versus the standard 365. And I did like that aspect of it as well. And you also get an NRA challenge coin, which means absolutely nothing to me. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this real quick, though. So when you get this, you have the pistol inside the case. It does have the flush fit magazine that comes with it. So we have our flush fit 10-round magazine. You also get the additional 10-round magazine that has sort of this pinky extension at the bottom right there. And then you get a third magazine that's actually their 12-round magazine. So you get a total of 3 magazines with this kit. And I will show you the NRA challenge coin. So the coin itself, you guys can see that has the 365 on one side, and then it has the NRA logo and some other stuff on this side. Now, as far as this being like a collector's thing, I think that that might, you know, be good for that. But I think the whole point, or the whole reason that they made this is to kind of raise awareness for the NRA. But to be honest with you, I think your money's better spent at some of those smaller groups like the Firearms Policy Coalition and other groups that are actually fighting for your Second Amendment rights. Nonetheless, I got it for the color. Love the fact that it comes with the extra magazine, and everything else is pretty much standard 365. Okay, now even though this is just a standard 365 but in a different color, let me go over some of the tech specs for you anyway. So what we're looking at here is a pistol with a 3.1-inch barrel. That gives an overall length of 5.8 inches. The width is going to be just about 1 inch. The overall weight with the flush fit magazine is going to be about 18 ounces. Now this is a very short pistol. Very, very short, even shorter than my Smith & Wesson M&P Shield with the flush fit 7-round magazine. With this, with the 10-round flush fit magazine installed, you're looking at a height of only 4.3 inches, which is pretty incredible. Now, with the overall length, we have a total sight radius of 4.8, 4.9 inches, I believe. So it's still got a decent sight radius for the size pistol that it is. So again, it's really just a standard 365 polymer frame. The difference in the coatings between the two, this one has the PVD coating to make that coyote color, and the standard black has the Sig Nitron coating. They both have the same exact Sig rail and so forth. Okay, so let's go ahead and weigh this with the two different magazines, the 10-round and the 12-round, because obviously it's 18 ounces with the magazine, but nothing in it, and none of us are going to carry nothing in the magazine. So let's go ahead and see what the weight is with a 10-round magazine. This is the one with the pinky extension, and we get 1 pound 7 ounces out of that. So 1 pound 7 ounces. Again, that is with the 10-round pinky extension magazine. Now let's go ahead and put in the magazine that holds 12 rounds. and this is assuming that you don't do the 12 plus 1, but 12 rounds, we're looking at 1.8 or 1 pound 8.1 ounces. So that's pretty much going to be your carry weight, whether you go with the 12 round or the 10 round with the pinky extension. Okay, so now let me go ahead and talk to you guys about some of the things that I do and don't like about the 365. One of them is specific to the NRA edition. Now, I've been carrying this thing for a little while now. I've been using my Allegiance holster. If you guys are looking for a good holster for a 365, I 110% recommend Allegiance holsters. These things are fantastic. The retention is excellent. You can hear this thing lock in there. So this thing is not going anywhere. You can see that we have a sweat guard that comes all the way to, almost all the way to the top right there, which is going to help keep out some of that corrosive moisture. Really nice clips. This one has a claw on it. And you can see that there's actually a guard on the other side as well that kind of comes up towards the top of the pistol. It keeps out, you know, dust and debris, things like that from getting into the slide. So they are very, very nice holsters. Now, one of the things I don't like about the 365, and this is, I guess, kind of specific to me, and it's something that's easy to overcome, is that the 365 has a pretty strong grip texture on it. I mean, it's not super bad, but it is kind of like sandpaper. And so for a small pistol like this that you're going to wear inside the waistband, whether you wear it, you know, at 4 o'clock or you're wearing it appendix, whatever the case is, the grip on this pistol does kind of eat away at me. So I assume if it kind of eats away at me, it's going to eat away at other people as well. And then if you're carrying it with one of the extended magazines, which has the same grip texture on it, it's just going to extend that grip texture and you're going to feel it. Now, obviously that can be defeated by simply wearing an undershirt or, you know, some type of undergarment. So you're not going to be, you know, scratched by this, but at the same time, if you're somebody who doesn't like to wear an undershirt, or maybe it's hot in the summertime, whatever the case is, then that can be kind of an issue. So again, it's the kind of the grip texture that I don't like. I think they could kind of lighten it up, but at the same time, it's a small gun, so maybe you need the extra grip texture. I think it's a personal preference. I would like to see it lightened up just a little bit. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this specific to the NRA edition is the fact that we all know that the PVD coatings on these are not the best. Just PVD in general isn't the best coating if you ask me. They're prone to scratching and wear, and even though it makes for a nice color, it's not the strongest finish. So you can see right here on mine that, well, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Let me try and hold it up to the camera here. But you can see on mine right here that we already have some scratches on the finish. We have some scratches and some of the finish being worn off already from just, you know, standard holster wear and using the pistol, stuff like that. But I have plenty of firearms that I've had for years that don't have really any scratches or just very minimal holster wear. And so with the PVD, you're going to see a little bit more wear than you would for, you know, a standard black slide, something like that. So I don't like the fact that the PVD coating is something that can scratch so easy. And it's the same for my M17 as well. This thing, the PVD coating on this slide does kind of scratch and wear a little bit easy. Now, one of the things I do like about this is the fact that it is super small and easy to conceal. I mean, if you take a look at my other carry pistols, I mean, let's take a look at my Shield and compare it to the Shield real quick. You can see that even compared to the Shield, this thing is much smaller, but it's also very easy to control. It's just as easy to control for me as the Shield is. But if we put this on top of the Shield, not sure how well you guys can see this, but you can see that the Shield, even with the flush fit magazine, is going to be a little bit longer, and then it's also going to be a little bit longer here in the slide as well. So that means that you can really deep conceal this, and it's going to disappear. It doesn't matter what position you're wearing this at, it's just pretty much gone, and you can wear just a standard t-shirt and conceal carry this gun. So I do like that. Another pistol that I use quite often for carry is going to be a Glock 26. Now, the Glock 26 is also a nice and small compact size firearm, but it is a bit wider than the 365, and also you can see it is a bit larger. Now, this one's definitely going to be a lot larger in the slide right here. You can see that, you know, where the trigger guard comes down, it's also a bit larger. As far as the length goes, that's kind of where things match up pretty easy. You can see that there's a pinky extension on my 26 with the flush finish magazine right here on the 365. You can see that if we put the extension on the 365, it's going to pretty much match up with the Glock 26. Now, that's the part that actually prints, right? We're talking about the grip. The grip is what's going to print. So if you're only really worried about that, then yeah, I think the Glock 26 or the 365 could be a pretty good fit for you, while the 365 is a little bit smaller overall. The part that's really going to print is going to be the grip, and it's about the same size on the 26. Another one that I like to carry, which is kind of significantly larger than the 365, is my Glock 48, which is essentially just a slimmed down version of the Glock 19. So if you want to carry something with a more full-size, full-length barrel like this, which I believe has a 4.1-inch barrel, then you can go up to a 48, and it also has a full-length grip, but the grip is going to be slimmer than the standard Glock profile grips. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention here is that when you're talking about, well, let's say this, they're talking about the 48 versus the 365. The 48 has a magazine capacity of, or a standard magazine capacity of 10 rounds. So that's going to be the same as the standard on the 365. But even with the magazine that holds 12 rounds for the 365, you still end up with a grip that is very similar to the grip of the 48. So with an additional 2 rounds, it kind of adds a little bit of capacity, plus you're looking at a smaller, shorter package and stuff like that. So the Glock 48 only holds 10 rounds in a standard capacity magazine, and it's not compatible with other Glock magazines. And then obviously with the Smith & Wesson, you're talking about a magazine capacity that's different as well. You have a longer grip, but again, you have a 7-round magazine, or a 7-round mag, and then you have an 8-round mag, and then you can buy extensions and stuff like that. But the extensions really do kind of extend out the bottom, and they make it more than a full-size grip when you put an extension on the bottom of a shield. So you're definitely gaining a lot in capacity versus the shield. Now on the 26, again, you're looking at a standard capacity of 10 rounds, which is fantastic. You have 10 plus 1, just like the Sig. You can always get an extension for this, but the nice thing about the Glock is that you have a little bit more compatibility with other Glock magazines. I can go ahead and take a 33-round magazine, and I can put it in this 26, and it's going to work just fine. So here you have the ability to extend it out, definitely. But with the 26, again, you can kind of, you can go as far as you want. I mean, as big as a Glock magazine that they make for a standard 9mm Glock is going to work with this. So there's a little bit more versatility in that. And again, that's why I really like the 26. You have a lot of versatility in the 26. But overall, I really like the size, the form, the function of the 365. This one does not have, you can see there is no safety, no external safety or anything like that. We have our slide stop, slide release, our takedown lever, magazine release, which is going to be located for righties on the left side right there. And it's a great gun. This one right here comes with the night sights, just like the other 365s. This one has that kind of greenish yellow dot that's located in the front right here with the tritium vials, and the tritium vials on the rear sights, and the rear sights are going to be blacked out. Now the sight picture on this is very nice. It's very easy to shoot. One thing that I notice is when I'm gripping this, because the grip is so small, especially when you have the smaller grip in there, and I have like medium-sized hands, I can get all 3 fingers on this grip. The last one sort of slides off just a little bit, but I say 2.5 fingers on it. The only thing I have to do is kind of modify my grip. So it looks like I'm almost teacupping, when I hold this thing or when I'm shooting it, but really I have my grip up here, but my hand wraps around the bottom of the pistol like this, and so you can see from the opposite side it looks like my hand is a little bit low, and that's just because these fingers kind of slide down. When you have the extension on there, when you have this one on there, you do get a full 3-finger grip, and it's definitely a lot more shootable than with this on there, but I have no problem hitting my target pretty much every single time, even with the flush fit magazine on there, so I don't have to really worry about putting an extension on there too much, even though I do like to carry, and that's why you're going to see ammunition in these 2 magazines. I do like to carry in those 2 magazines. I'm going to pop this thing out real quick, and you can see that it does release the magazines pretty quickly. It actually pops them out versus just kind of, releasing the magazine. It does drop it, but I do like to carry with the pink extension, and then I'll have this extra one right here in my pocket. I don't usually carry 2 extra magazines. I carry this one, and then I carry the 12-round. I know I probably should have done this at the beginning of the video, but this firearm is safe. There's nothing in the chamber. There's no magazine, and the magazine that I've been keeping in it has been the flush fit. So again, it's a very shootable gun. I don't like the fact that PVD coating does kind of wear easy and scratch easy. And in some instances, it's not as versatile as a Glock 26 with the ability to, use other Glock magazines, aftermarket magazines, and so forth. But still, I think it's a great little gun, and definitely worth picking up, whether or not you want the standard black or you want the tan. Now, if you're curious about ammunition, I've run just about everything that you can imagine out of this pistol right here, from 90 grain hollow points, which have a velocity of about 2,000 feet per second, to 147 grain ammunition, which you're not going to get the best results out of. If you're using a 147 grain round out of a 3.1 inch barrel like this, you're probably not going to end up with the best possible expansion. I like to go with something that's a little bit lighter, 115, maybe 124 grain. The ammunition that I was using in the past was a 124 grain Hornady Custom. I really like that bullet. I like the expansion that you get out of it, especially out of a short barrel. So the Hornady Custom is what I was carrying this before, but I recently tested out the Federal HydroShock Deep Penetration, and this one right here works excellent out of this pistol. I recently tested it, and it is excellent ammo, even out of a shorter barrel. I got good quality expansion the entire time. A little bit of jacket separation, but for the most part, it was a great round. It feeds reliably, and it works well in this pistol, so that's what I've decided to use for this. Anyway, this is the 365 NRA edition. I think it's a great little pistol and worth checking out if you're somebody who's looking for something that's subcompact and easy to carry, and you don't care too much that it says NRA, then you know, and you want the color, then this might be something that's for you. So anyway, I want to thank you guys all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.